This is just a quick video on the importance of labeling your areas that you planted if you're doing home vegetable gardening, as I am here on my front lawn raised bed. And one of the things I learned early on when I started this, just within the last 2 years or so, is the importance that when you plant an area, like I put all seeds down along here where I'm growing squash to the left of that, all the way down to where I have the next marker post that says squash, that it's really important to mark what you have planted, because it starts to seem obvious in the moment while you're doing it, but as little as 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, if you're like me, it's very easy to lose track. And use whatever you like. If you have a permanent marker and some popsicle sticks, or in this case I have some basically hard plastic sticks that I can write on with my permanent marker, pop those in the ground, and then it's very easy to mark the spot, write on it and pop it in, let's say at either end, where I'm planting. So what I will do in my garden here, my front bed, front lawn raised bed garden, is I plant really just right along the soaker hoses that you can see there. I've got kind of one in the front of the bed and one towards the back of the bed, and I'll plant right along there. I'll mark my plastic sticks to pop in. Again, or you could use wooden popsicle sticks or whatever you like. You can use store-bought or just make your own from what you have available, and mark when I've seeded an area. And even I will also mark areas that I have not yet seeded, so that when I come back a few days or a week or two later looking to plant something, that I don't go disturbing an area that I've already planted. And that helps me to know that, okay, between that yellow flag and the next one, perhaps I have an area that I haven't planted yet, and I can go ahead and do so. So here I have some things that I've planted from seed, others that I've transplanted to put in here. But again, just the idea of marking your spots can be very helpful. It also helps you to learn what and to teach others what the different plant leaves look like. So for example, you can walk along and you know that that's broccoli because it says broccoli. You know that these are the collards because it says collards, and then that just reinforces that every time you see it and as you're going through your garden. Also, if there's anything that grows that doesn't look like the stuff that you've planted, then that would let you know that that is potentially just a weed. And even I will go so far as to labeling an area where I see a weed. So I've got my peppers along the back there. That's a pepper plant. But up here, I'm not actually sure what this is, and I could just pull it out now, and then maybe that would be the wise thing to do. Or I could let it go for another couple of weeks and see what it turns into. I have a few things coming up down here where I had some gourds growing last year that maybe self-seeded themselves, and just putting for me, just putting a mark on it that the thing might be a weed helps me to make sure that I keep an eye on it and can decide within a couple of weeks if I really do want to pull it. Again, if you prefer, you could just pull it right now from the get-go. So that is my quick mini tutorial on the importance of marking your items as you plant, whether from seed or even with transplants if you're not 100% familiar with what they all look like. Okay, happy gardening.